Opening Sunday in the National Football League kicked off on the 10-year anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks, and in the emotional Sunday night game, the New York Jets put together an epic fourth-quarter rally against the Cowboys. Former Warrior Dallas Pro Bowler Matt McBriar has his punt blocked by Joe McKnight, taken back for 6 by Isaiah Trufant. Tying the game at 24, Jets starting right tackle Radford graduate, former UH standout Wayne Hunter played good enough to create some space and set up this. Nick Folk, 50-yard game-winning field goal with 27 seconds remaining, 27-24, New York the final. How's it going, everybody? Fourth-round draft choice of the St. Louis Rams, former Warrior All-American rookie Greg Salas made his NFL regular season debut today, and it came in the Blue and Gold's 31-13 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. Salas wearing number 87, perhaps some opening day jitters, though, with the uncharacteristic drop of the very first ball thrown his way. He would make up for it, though, with a 21-yard reception in the fourth quarter. He'd finish his day with that one catch. His workload, though, expected to increase big time as starting slot back Danny Amendola went down with a dislocated elbow and is expected to miss significant time. Salas entered today as number 2 in the slot on the team's depth chart. One Warrior football team arrived in Las Vegas last night, where the boys will spend the next week in preparation for Saturday night's non-conference showdown with UNLV. Now, yesterday, Warriors suffered their first loss of the season, falling to the Pac-12's Washington Huskies, where despite finding its passing game, UH couldn't dig their way out of a 21-0 first-quarter deficit, eventually dropping their road opener 40-32. In the loss, senior quarterback Bryant Moniz threw for a season-high 333 yards and 1 score. Running back Sterling Jackson recorded the first 2 touchdowns of his Warrior career, and safety Richard Torres tied a school record with a 99-yard interception return for touchdown, leaving the defending COWAC champs confident moving forward.
As a defense, we got to look at our mistakes, and see if we can correct them, really work on coming out stronger. I mean, we got to get used to just, settling down in the first couple of series, reading our keys, and just lining up and playing ball. We felt that, we should have played a lot better, but, we know we can see that there's a lot of potential for our defense, especially our defense, so we're just going to have to go back on Monday and start back working again.
We definitely built a lot of confidence in these first 2 games. Played tough opponents. We played in a hostile environment, very hard to hear, and that's something that we may not see for the rest of the season. I think we showed a lot of good things, and this is only the second week in the season, so we have a lot more to work and we have a lot more to look forward to.
Now, Warrior offensive line will be without one of its starters against the Rebels. 6'4", 270-pound freshman right tackle Sean Shigematsu suffered a left knee injury in the fourth quarter yesterday. Kapa'a native traveled with the team to Vegas, but has since returned to Oahu to have an MRI. Junior Big Island native Levi Legay is currently tagged as the backup. Warriors are listed as early 19.5-point favorites against UNLV. Future Mountain West Conference mates are 0-2, having been outscored 110-24 in losses to Wisconsin and Washington State. Kickoff set for Saturday night, 4 o'clock Hawaii time.
He got a pair of touchdowns, ran for 98 yards. Sam Bradford, rough outing, injured his hand in the fourth, so it was A.J. Feely giving former Warrior Greg Salas his first career NFL reception. 31-13 the final in this one, Eagles on top. All right, let's talk some college football. The new rankings are out, and as you'd imagine after the loss, our Warriors not in the most recent edition. The Huskies of Washington moving up to 36th in the country after their win against UH. So now it's on to Las Vegas for Coach Mack and the gang. The team departed directly from Seattle to Vegas last night and have today off to heal up physically and mentally before beginning preparations for UNLV. Now, as much as the players need to improve, so too does the coaching staff. Coach Mack said it himself. The Huskies did some things that the Warriors weren't expecting in that torrid 21-0 first quarter.
They did some shifting and motions that we hadn't seen, and that first quarter we didn't do as well a job as we should have adjusting to that, and they made some plays on us.
Yeah, I tell you what, it was rough. We're going to talk about it all tonight on the Coach Mack Show.
Yesterday, the Warrior football team lost their first game of the season against Washington, 40-32. Out of the gate in the first quarter, UH defense gave up 21 points. That turned out to be too deep a hole to come out of. The offense was the silver lining in the loss. Last weekend against Colorado, the Warriors only passed for 178 yards. This second week with game reps proved beneficial. Against UW, Bryant Moniz threw 45 passes, connecting on 31 for 333 yards. Royce Pollard had 8 catches for 128 yards, and Maya Ostrowski caught his only touchdown pass, hauling in a game-high 11 for 87 yards. The offense together had 388 yards of production.
I felt really good with our offensive production. I thought the O-line did a great job, and our running backs ran hard.
Touchdown, Hawaii. Into the end zone, Sterling Jackson.
We needed to get in. They got the shoulder pass down and got in. And I thought all of our receivers did well. They were in the right spots. They made plays when they got the ball, and very happy with our offensive production.
In related news to the Warriors' 8-point loss to the Huskies, starting right tackle Sean Shigematsu didn't join the Warriors in Las Vegas after the loss. He's returning home after getting his left knee rolled under midway through the fourth quarter against Washington. He had to be helped off the field. Now, later this week, we'll get a full prognosis on his injury. For the other 65 players on the trip, they're in Vegas right now preparing to cap off their 2-week road trip against UNLV. That game scheduled for Saturday at 7 o'clock Hawaii time. UNLV's 0-2, Warriors 1-1. It'll be the Rebels' home opener.